Hey everybody, welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with Oberon, and me, Banshee. And it's me, Banshee, for my Material Matters segment. Your weekly tarot keys to success in business, education, and finance. Welcome to the show. Wow, hope everybody's had a good week. It certainly has been a bit topsy-turvy with the markets. I can tell you I lost some money. So it's kind of disappointing. The economy overall is not doing super bad. So what is the real issue here? Why is there all this inflation? Anyway, we'll sort that out another day. Let's see what's going on right now for the collective. And I am using the Moonology Manifestation Oracle cards one more time. They're by Yasmin Boland. And let's see what the cards have in store for us today. Okay. Well, it's the last quarter moon in Capricorn. And it speaks of leaving the past behind. Just going to set it there. Think it'll be visible? All right. Last quarter moon in Capricorn. Cancer, I'm almost there. Capricorn. Leave the past behind. Something is standing between what you want and how you can get it. That's okay. Now you know it's there. You can do something about it. You just need to be strategic. It's wonderful to go for things with a childlike, carefree attitude, but drawing this card suggests that you need a proper plan as well. Leave the past behind. You may need to move through and clear a criticism someone has made of you, which has somehow burned itself into your brain. You have work to do. The moon has a bright, shining energy, but a reserved pressure is piling on. The great thing about knowing what stands between you and your goal is that you can do something about it. Okay, so these crystals work especially well for the sign of Capricorn. And it's interesting because I believe by the end of the week, it's going to be transiting through Capricorn this week, the moon. So it's interesting I pulled this card. So these crystals work especially well for the sign of Capricorn. Pyrite, gold, tiger eye, rose quartz, blue kyanite, green jade, or red jasper. I think I have all those. Choose one and hold it while you meditate. Visualize a shimmering, pearlescent glow light swirling around you. Alternatively, keep your crystal close by as you work through your situation, or use 5 or 6 to make a crystal grid. Your manifestation affirmation is, the only way out is through. The best time to work your magic is when moon is in Capricorn on a Saturday, Saturn's Day, or during Saturn's hour. The last quarter moon in Capricorn takes place when the sun is in Aries and the moon is in Capricorn. It knows that sometimes the old guy wins. Well, I'd say this about Capricorns. Clearly, they want to have a plan. And they work very strategically towards their success. So, that's what you need to do. And, if something is standing in your way, get around it, do what you need to do, work through it, go through it. But, also, if something from the past is bogging you down, for example, if you're going for job interviews and stuff and you've had some bad experiences in the recent past that are haunting you, let it go. Let it go and work on manifesting what you desire now. You can do this. So good luck with that, everybody. All right. Well, we got some astrology this week. This reading is good from the Sunday, March 12th through March 18th, getting close to Aries season. The moon will be traveling from Scorpio all the way through Aquarius to Aquarius. Venus is transiting into Taurus on March 16th. And as we all know, as we dragged ourselves out of bed this morning, daylight savings time began March 12th at 2 o'clock in the morning, and we lost an hour of sleep. So, also, March 17th is St. Patty's Day, which I'm going green today for. Look at the Irish. And all I have to say about St. Patty's Day, I looked at the calendar, the astrological calendar. It was filled with all these aspects, tons of different things going on. So it's going to be a very active day astrologically, I think, on March 17th. Please, people, stay safe. No drinking, no driving. Don't put those two together. All right. Well, let's get to our air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. This reading's for you for the week ahead. Hey, air signs, could you kind of bring some warm breezes our way? It's been pretty freaking cold around here lately. We still can't get rid of the snow. Another inch of snow is expected today. And maybe more. All right. Let's see what we have for the air signs. Hey, this lady comes up a bit. Your focus for the week ahead, and thankfully she is upright. The High Priestess. The High Priestess is upright. Woohoo. Well, you ought to like that, air signs. You'll be getting signs, signals, maybe tap into some inner wisdom in whatever it is you're doing, if it has to do with your schoolwork, if it has to do with moving your money at the appropriate time, making that, making that purchase, that big ticket purchase, signing contracts, whatever it is. Use your gut to make sure you're on the right track. And I think your gut will not steer you wrong this week. How best can you prepare for that focus? Well, maybe you can use some of that connection, beyond the veil, to work on the Ten of Cups reversed here. To ferret out why people are not getting along lately, why there's so much dissension in the ranks, whether it's with your colleagues, employees that work under you, whether it's with your advisors and nobody can get on the same page. People are not happy, and, maybe you need to get to the bottom of it. Maybe it's the other way around, in a way. This is how you prepare for the focus, but, maybe this card here, which is your focus, needs to focus on the situation. So what about people this week? Will there be cooperation or conflict? Well, I do see them returning to full strength. For example, if you've been short-staffed, I get the feeling that maybe there's a recovery in process, and you're finding employees to cover everything. It looks as though, or if there's been sicknesses or outages, or if you yourself, if you've been under the weather, you're ready to go along with these people here. I feel like they're getting back to full strength. You're feeling at full strength because of it. Kind of goes together. But guess what? Don't get carried away, air signs now. We got the Eight of Wands reversed here. So, will there be forward or backward movement or no movement at all? It's almost as if all this, this energy here that's being restored just goes kaplooey, just kind of drops by week's end. Let's see what's going on here. I suspect there is something going on here relating to others. All right. So, you're going to have to be really in touch this week, really read people well. Body language, what they're saying, what they're not saying, verbally. You're going to have to keep an eye on what's happening here because there's dissension, there's problems, there's disagreements in the ranks, and you need to ferret it out. And it's funny because everybody seems to be feeling their power back to full strength again, and maybe that has something to do with that, So I almost wanted to say if you keep them busy, maybe they won't have time to argue, But the bottom line is if you keep them too busy, everybody's going to burn out by week's end. I almost feel that whatever's going on here, whatever conflict is raging, and it may be fueled by, people just feeling very strong and empowered again, physically and mentally, that, there are challenges this week. And you may not be moving forward. You may be feeling pretty depleted by week's end. Air signs, sorry to tell you that, but that's what I see for you for the week ahead. Well, fire signs. Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Hey, let's not have those kind of fireworks. Let's have celebratory ones. It's almost our season. What could go wrong? I shouldn't say that. Anyway. Well, I like it already, fire signs. Let's hope we can keep the momentum going here. Let's hope we can not only get that party started, let's keep that party going, I say. It's the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups is upright. So there's some reason to celebrate this week. That's going to be a primary focus. Are you celebrating other employees' success, like retirement, or, maybe you have student employees who are graduating soon, things of that nature. There's big celebrations going on.
It's pre-Aries birthday season.
It's my pre-month-long birthday festivities. Yes! Let's get that party started. I'm sorry. I digress. Mr. O helped me there. All right. We're just getting in the spirit. But that's a really good sign, fire sign. So oh my gosh, how best can you prepare for that focus? Well, how about with TFT's unofficial party card? So you follow up the Three of Cups with that. And so maybe you're maybe there are some people who are in the process of building a business, getting everything together. We know somebody right now who may be doing that and is remodeling and restoring their place. So maybe foundations are in place. You've got a solid start and you're celebrating. You can take a break and celebrate and party this great success. It's possible too that maybe you have found secure, stable places to kind of invest your money during these turbulent times as well. And it's all being good. All right. Well, what about people this week? Will there be cooperation or conflict? Well, if you guys would stop partying so much, maybe people could do their work. It's the Magician reversed. I almost feel like people are very distracted this week. They're not focused, too much partying and no work getting done. I also feel here you ought to be careful that, people that you are entrusting to get certain things done for you are really focused on the job and doing it. Don't accept their word for it. Make sure you see results. Okay. And so with, The party is over. Will it be forward or backward movement or no movement at all for the fire signs? It's the Five of Cups upright. So after all of that, you're sitting and feeling a little bit despondent, maybe even a little bit hung over. We can't let success go to our heads. It's okay to celebrate, and we need even to celebrate sometimes the little things we do. But by week's end, it seems like there's some reason to feel disappointed. There's some reason to feel like you've been set back. There have been some losses. Obviously, there's spilled cups on this card, and there is some cups remaining. And I want you to focus on that, fire signs. Focus on what remains and start, and restart. Give yourself the weekend to restore yourself and, come back strong the next week. This is really kind of a tale of, the top and bottom cards here, isn't it? It's like it starts out so good. There is a reason to celebrate, and you're celebrating and partying, and you're enjoying your success of building this foundation. But I guess, what you have to remember is this doesn't mean your work is done. That everybody can slack off, that everybody can just kind of get lackadaisical and not watch what they are doing. Or, you got to be careful too that people aren't trying to sneak something past you, whether it's the competition or whether it's somebody, who's jockeying for positions at your place of work, whatever the case may be. Because ultimately, by week's end, you're going to be feeling a little let down, a little disappointed in the way things had turned out. But you still have something left here, and you do have some good thing going. So keep the faith, fire signs. Better luck next week. Still, I want to party with you. All right. Hey, water. Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. This reading's for you for the week ahead. California's drowning over there. We got to shut off those faucets. Come on, water signs. Not that I'm blaming you. It's Mr. O's fault. We'll blame him. All right. Oh, your focus for the week ahead. We got the Fool. The Fool is reversed. Well, that's a little unfortunate, water signs. Head this off by not taking any major risks this week. Don't trust that the universe has your back in this case. I think the universe always has our backs in some way, but this is like taking a chance that you really shouldn't, that maybe even better, but you just feel like, I gotta do it. And it could cause you some pain. It could cause you some losses. So by all means, lay low this week. That should be the focus, laying low. How best can you prepare for that focus? It's the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is reversed. Well, I'd say with this reversal, what it's telling me is the best way that you can prepare for this focus is to not get too angry, not get too emotional about what's happening here or overwrought. I think this is more aggressive anger, because I'm telling you to lay low, and maybe you even feel like you can't take that risk, you can't do what you wanted to do, that, it's bothering you. Don't let it throw you off your game, because that anger and aggression needs a healthy outlet. Okay, like maybe exercise it off or something. But don't do anything risky business financial wise, and don't get people upset at you just because things are not looking up this week. See, and what about people this week? Will there be cooperation or conflict? Well, there's some disappointments in connection with others. Maybe you're not connecting with them. Maybe you're not getting the information you feel you need to succeed this week. It just looks like success eludes you. And if you're relying on others in some way, to give you a loan, to finish a job for you, whatever the case may be, you might be left short. unfortunately. And finally, will there be forward or backward movement or no movement at all for you water signs? Hey, we got 2 knights in this reading, and this one is upright. It's the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords is upright. By week's end, you're on the move, you know. The Knight of Swords is a fast-moving fellow. So I almost think here, if you lay low, by week's end, you're going to realize the time is finally right to make your move. So, you know, I'm not saying to take this risk necessarily, but there is some move or decision or some choices that you'll have to make by week's end that, you know, could benefit you if you think them through. Okay. So let's take a look at this again, water signs. But you know, before I do, how about I get a little water break? Cheers, Mr. O.
Sure. Don't talk with your mouth full.
We were in sync again, picking up our glasses at the same time.
Are we in sync right now?
No, actually. And I should be. But anyway.
Last night?
Yeah, that was bad. We're talking about how cold it is in here sometimes. Sorry. We're carrying on a conversation and ignoring you. All right, back to it. All right, water signs, water signs. Look at that. The Fool is reversed. I'm just telling you, right, flat out, don't take any risks, unnecessary risks. You know, sometimes things come up and you have to act quick. But, you know, if you can avoid taking risks this week, I think it would really do serve you well. You're just not, you know, and it's kind of frustrating you, you know. The best way to prepare for that focus is to take that aggressive or angry energy at your inability to follow this course somewhere else, you know. Apply it to maybe trying to better communicate with your staff, getting your staff on point. They're kind of disappointed and they're kind of gloomy this week, and they don't feel, you know, they don't feel like things are headed in a positive direction. But no worries, because by week's end, you know, you're going to think things through. You're going to make the appropriate choices, decisions you need to make, and you will be on the move. You know, you'll be moving towards something that hopefully, you know, will maybe be a better choice than the risk you were thinking of taking initially. So good luck with that, water signs. All right, hey, is it time? Is it time for Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn? Earth signs, you are up. See if you can pull out the win this week. It seems like it's wide open right now. Okay, Earth signs. Your focus for the week ahead. It's the Page of Cups. Page of Cups is reversed. All right, we're not off to the best start, but, you know, things could be worse. It's just showing maybe a lack of focus. Things seem a little bit foggy. You're not able to kind of read the room, you know, so therefore you're kind of operating blind in certain situations. Like, you know, if you're on the, you know, if you're in the hot seat for, you know, being reviewed for a job, you know, your teacher's reviewing your work, things like that, you just can't really get a bead on what's happening. And, you know, you're drifting a little bit. So, you know, you need to come back down to earth. You need to focus. You need to work harder on focusing on your work this week. And how best can you prepare for that? Well, didn't we have 2 knights in was it in the last reading? And now on the top row, we have 2 pages, one upright, one reversed. We have the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is upright. That's a good sign. So the best way, you know what? When you're feeling unfocused or cloudy and kind of drifting, maybe it's too because, the routine is becoming a little bit dull. You need to shake it up a bit. You need to start something new. The best way to prepare for this focus is to look for something new and exciting to do, on the job. Maybe go up to your boss and ask if you can work on a specific project that interests you, or if you could shake up your procedures a bit to make things a bit more lively. And for those of you who might be feeling the doldrums in the job you're at now, maybe it's time to start looking for a new beginning somewhere else. If you're not getting paid enough, if you're just unhappy, unfocused, maybe it's time to move on and look for a new opportunity, because pages bring it, and the Page of Wands can do it. Well, I guess it's going to be court card palooza for you earth signs. It's the King of Swords here. The King of Swords is upright. So what about people this week? Will there be cooperation or conflict? Oh, I think there's definitely cooperation, and not only that, there's help, because this looks like somebody in your environment who is either a teacher, a mentor, somebody you can rely on to advise you and guide you and steer you on the right course of actions you need to take, whether it's financial, whether it's legal. Those things, legal matters could be emphasized with this card. So if you're dealing with any legal issues now in your business or financial matters, this might be, there may be somebody there who's going to be very supportive and helpful to you in that regard. And so whether it be forward or backward movement or no movement at all. Man, well, it's not a court card, but it's 7 of Wands. The 7 of Wands is reversed. You're going to find it, almost by weekend, I feel like you're feeling a bit overwhelmed. That, first off, if you are going for jobs or if you're competing for business, you might be outsmarted by your competition. It might be that, somebody beats you to the chase. Your position is not that good by week's end. You feel like maybe your work is overwhelming you, too many things piling up, too much pressure, and, it looks as though you're headed for kind of a negatory ending here. Let's take a look at this again and see if we can make sense of it. All in all, it didn't look too bad, but, it's fairly evenly matched here with the positive and negative cards. The page is saying it's hard for you to really focus this week. It's hard for you to, stop daydreaming or letting other distractions interfere with what you're trying to get done or accomplish, what your goals are. You're also having difficulty reading the room and really feeling how people are responding to what you are, saying to them or offering them. And if things are really getting to you, the best thing to do is to try something new. Shake things up a bit. Shake up your procedures. Go volunteer for new projects. Or voluntary committees, etc. Something that will enliven your work life. A new beginning of some sort could be on the horizon too for people looking for jobs. So it's an ideal sign here that maybe you should start testing the waters there. The King of Swords is here to guide you. There's somebody in your environment who could be a real positive support for you. Somebody you could throw your ideas at and get feedback and trusted feedback, objective feedback. So that looks really positive to me. But ultimately, by week's end, it looks as though you're kind of drowning, either in work, either been outsmarted, outfoxed by the competition. Maybe even some coworkers, have kind of one-upped you in some way. So, you're going to have to next week start strong, come back strong. This week shows you're at a disadvantage, but you know what? You can make that temporary and come back strong in the week ahead. Wow, that's it for everybody. And you know what? I'm just going to say it. I really don't think there's a winner this week. Hey, Fire signs, enjoy your partying. But ultimately, I just don't think it's a perfect week for anybody. So let's all hang in there and hope that next week is better. And at this point, I want to remind everybody to watch Mr. O's Goth Tarot. It's getting quite popular. Boy, he had a lot of viewership this week. Let's keep it going for him. To find out what's going on with the shadow elements in your life, that's 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every Wednesday. And on Fridays, he is back with his Emotional Exchanges show, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Find out what's going on in love and interpersonal relationships. And don't forget our happy hour on Saturday. We had such a great show this last weekend. Everybody is so great there. Everybody is so friendly. And that's the idea. Come in. We want to make you leave happy. So you'll get a positive message from Spirit. That's 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time Saturdays. And stay tuned because very soon there will be a monthly modality message when Aries season starts, which is any day now, I'm sure. Isn't it any day now, Mr. O?
Restrain yourself.
Wait a minute. It's always Aries season for me. All right. Well, you know what? And one more thing. Do not forget to watch our Your Weird
Week.
every Monday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we will talk some politics and social issues, see what we can predict, see if we can figure out what's going in this weird world we live in. All right, everybody, take care. Have a great week ahead. See you next week. Bye-bye.